Remember when the CDC urged people to stay home for the Thanksgiving holiday, but air travel had its biggest week since March anyway? Sure enough, COVID numbers spiked. So in the thick of the end-of-year holiday travel season, Washington Post columnist and consumer advocate Christopher Elliott has a message for anyone with travel plans.
There is no safe way to travel for the holidays.
But what about all those COVID-19 statements on travel websites?
The travel industry is trying to persuade you that some of these ways of getting there are less risky than others or even risk-free, which is wrong and wrong.
So how should you weigh these safety claims? We're running down Christopher's takes on 3 common stages of travel, starting with the flight. Turns out the biggest danger is not sitting on the plane.
Epidemiologists found that the plane is not the riskiest part of your journey. It actually is the airport.
Airports are a combination of everything you'd normally avoid. A mall, a food court, and a bunch of bars where people terrified to fly are slamming shots of liquid courage. And that tourist mainlining a combination of Xanax, Dramamine, and Fireball might just lose track of the old droplet radius.
If you're at the airport and you see people congregating or you see them taking their masks off and eating or drinking, that's where there's more potential for a COVID infection.
So get the heck out of there and, onto a plane? How's this better?
On the plane, your options are very limited. Make sure that you have your mask on. Ask the person next to you to put their mask on.
Because confronting strangers about mask wearing isn't a landmine at all. What about airlines' increased cleaning protocols?
There is no good housekeeping seal of approval. You have to take the airline's word for it. So the only way to be absolutely sure is to actually clean your seat yourself.
Next, when you land in your destination city, it's on to the rental car.
The auto rental companies have new programs where they're actually cleaning their cars more carefully than they were before. You can go to the website and see what they say that they're doing.
But again, there's no independent third-party organization auditing those claims.
Saying that you're doing something is not going to help. And so how do you verify that they're actually doing it? Well, you can't. So some travelers will travel with a black light and they'll look at the seat to see if it's clean.
Finally, you'll wind up in the hotel. At least one chain has a protocol that makes sense.
Hilton has a very well-known program, and when you check into one of its rooms, there's a seal at the door that is supposed to indicate that your room has been cleaned thoroughly.
If the seal isn't broken, it means no one's been in that room since it was sanitized.
So there's no chance for contamination.
That comes standard at Hilton, but
there's a hotel in Boston, and it has a UV robot called Violet, and it will send that robot into your room and radiate it with UV light, and that will kill the COVID virus.
But you'll have to pay extra for that peace of mind.
That UV robot costs an extra $30. This is just another example of people having to pay extra for something that should come with the product.
The trouble with travel is at the top of the list.